Advisor NSDMA, Sri Nusito Nute, for gracing this occasion. I also like to welcome our Home Commissioner, Saviasan, and most importantly, our guest from NDMA, Major General Sudhir, for coming over here. Even last year he was here, and then he has been so kind to us, supporting and taking us through this exercise. And this year also he has been kind enough to be here since last Sunday. Thank you, sir. And to all the officers from the line departments who are here for this exercise. I believe we are all here with a reason, and what we are doing and why we are doing has a purpose.
This Nagaland emergency preparedness exercise, which is being conducted this year, just like it was conducted last year, I think is a very important. It forms an important event in the calendar of our government functioning, because the way governments function, we work typically in silos, and we end up not having too much of a coordination with each other. Come disaster, come any untoward happening, unless and until all our heads are put together and we work as a team, meaning thereby that different departments come together and we are able to coordinate as a team, our response will be felt wanting. So in that extent, and towards that goal, I think these NEPEX exercises are very crucial. Now, if the government has to respond in an effective manner, if the government has to put up a unified face in front of the disaster, in the wake of a disaster, it cannot be an overnight event. It cannot happen overnight. So we need to have some mock exercises, mock drills. We need to have practice. We need to try and simulate what happens at the time of the disaster. So my understanding is that these NEPEX, the NEPEX and the tabletop exercises, the mock drills that happen at the district level, these are basically to simulate the presence of a disaster, the possibility of a disaster. In case there is a disaster, how do we respond to it? As all of us know, our state is within the zone 5 of the earthquake zones in our country, and it's a very high risk area that our state is in. So, but however, the earthquakes are not a frequent occurrence. It is not the case that all the disasters that our state is prone to is basically because of earthquakes. We also have a high prevalence of landslides. All of you would be very keenly aware of the recent landslides that sort of disrupted normal economic activity, normal life activity also in our state, even for our capital city. But when we go towards the interior districts, especially Tuensang, again these landslides have basically disrupted normal life.
So at the outset, I'm very thankful to the Honorable Advisor of NSDMA, and of course it's a big morale booster for the NSDMA that Home Commissioner himself, they are here for this event. As you're aware, this is an annual event which the NDMA conducts in consonance with the NSDMA. And this year we've already had the coordinating conference in which I hope most of you were present, and we've discussed the modalities and the manner in which we will conduct this mock exercise. The importance of mock exercises has already been highlighted to a large extent by Sri Vyasan, wherein interdepartmental cooperation, actualizing a whole of the government approach, in fact a whole of the society approach, is the need of the hour. And therefore we need to talk to each other, we need to know each other, we need to understand our capabilities before we can actually put them together to ground. And that is the primary purpose of this event, to get all stakeholders together, to have a meeting of minds, to have a sharing of capabilities, and to be able to work together in the best possible manner. In disasters, there is no really first responder. It is the resource which is located closest, which is most appropriate, which responds, and it could well be from the SDRF, it could well be from the armed forces, it could well be from the Central Armed Police Forces. So we will be doing all this during this event. Today we have the tabletop exercise where we will be having a discussion based on the mock exercise scenario, which is an earthquake, with all related fallouts like landslides, industrial disasters, fires, etc. And we will be discussing our role and response for each of you individually as well as disaster managers, and how would you coordinate and tackle the situation best. Subsequently, based on this, tomorrow you have time for preparation, and thereafter we will conduct the mock exercise physically on the 24th in all districts of the state simultaneously. I have requested the districts this time that they should try and activate each subdivision also, so please try and do that. And you will have a set of observers on ground which will be coordinated by the NDRF to actually see and give us an objective input and how the exercise is.
Living in silos, of course, governments work in silos. It's not possible to keep meeting across all the time. But if you make deliberate efforts to understand each other, look at each other's challenges and overcome them, there can be nothing better than that. I would have been very happy to see, for example, I hope next time we invite him, I would have loved to see the Inspector General of the Assam Rifles North also sitting on the stage here today. Recently we just had an exercise with Sikkim, and we found the GOC of the Black Cloud Division of the Indian Army was very much present there, cheering, co-chairing that exercise. So that's the kind of thing that we are looking at in NDMA. Our outreach to all the SDMAs is with that intent at the moment, collaboration. Everyone is a player in this game. No one can say that this is not my responsibility. As very correctly just brought up by Judge Bag, there is no first responder. Everyone is a first responder. He who is the nearest to a devastation, to a disaster, is the first responder. So unless you have an idea about it, the easiest response from most people is that we have been doing disaster management for the last many years. We are aware of how it is to be done. What people do not understand is that there is a professionalization which is present in disaster management today. It is changing by the day, by the hour. More and more systems, approaches, methodologies are being refined. And therefore we have to keep pace with them. The NDMA takes out guidelines. We are going to take out another 5 guidelines in the next 5 days. On the 28th of October, 5 new guidelines will be published. We will send copies to the Nagaland State Disaster Management Authority. We hope that you will look at them and invite many of them. You will obviously use them as exactly what they are, guidelines. And you will evolve your own system. Because the localized systems are the best systems based upon the guidelines which have been provided on the experience of others. So that's the approach which one is looking at. I don't have anything more to say to you except that I have the total confidence. We have sent our lead consultant to you. Judge Baird is a very experienced military officer. He's conducted your exercise last year also. He's conducted a series of exercises across India. Recently he's conducted 2 major tabletop exercises in Chennai with 6 states together. He conducted it in Lucknow with 4 states together there. So 10 states he has conducted handled at one time, right? So he's bringing that experience to you there. I would strongly recommend and advise, exploit his presence there. And give him the offer of your fullest cooperation, which has always been there anyway from the Nagaland State Disaster Management Authority. So thank you once again, and I wish you the best of luck. And I would love to see the lessons coming out. The lessons must not come out from General Baird alone. The lessons must come out from within the authority to say, this is what we could have done better, this is what we did very well. We would like to listen to your strong points, we would like to listen to the challenges, and all that shared with us means it is being shared with 36 other states, 35 other states. Because we make sure that we proliferate this to everyone who has knowledge enough. Thank you very much once again, and my compliments to the whole hierarchy here.
Disaster or natural calamity, we know that some sort of cyclone, flood, people used to predict 2-3 days ahead that cyclone is happening, heavy wind is coming, or flood is probably. If we predict heavy wind means there will be a landslide in Nagaland. But till now, exact prediction of earthquake, the most fatal disaster was not done till now. We cannot assess. So it is rightly pointed out that the day, the time, the hours are unknown when it will come to us. The only thing for us is that 24/7 we need to keep in preparedness in order to face any eventualities in our life. This is a personal life also, this is a natural disaster also. So as a nation, as a country, India is a very big country, and we have so many climatic conditions, and we have so many diverse culture, diverse climatic conditions, and we are facing from time to time that natural calamity. So in order to avert all these things, the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Government of India has come out with wise things. Either we don't have as such this disaster preparedness things, but now to face the challenges of this present occurrence or frequent occurrence, we have come out this one, and now today we are here to have a double talk exercise. That is, day after tomorrow we are going to have a mock drill. There we are going to see how far we are really prepared. If we are not prepared, from there we need to reassess, analyze it, and we have to come out that at any time we need to get it prepared. Today's table talk exercise is in view of the mega mock exercise to be held on 24th October. Is a crucial step toward ensuring the safety and resilience of our community in the face of potential earthquake. All the head of department in the state and district and all the stakeholders, your active participations are vital in fostering a culture of preparedness. Your active participation, therefore, as a disaster can affect everyone. There is no exceptions in case of any disaster things, even the poor, the rich, the weak, every one of us are going to be affected. Hence, we need to be prepared and be aware of what are the responsibilities. Recently, we had a disaster that had happened, and especially it has fallen on the road portion, road sector. There was a blockade somewhere here, very nearby. But as per my personal observation, we do apology when the thing is going on. Every one of us were just pinpointing our finger to the NHIDCL that they are doing nothing, that they are incompetent. So how far we are prepared? And during these 2-3 days, even we Nagas, we are not psychologically prepared to be resilient. Because when the road is blocked, every one of us are rushing, buying some things, as if that tomorrow doesn't exist. So it shows how far we are resilient as a society. We Nagas in nature, frankly speaking, our forefathers, they are 24/7 prepared as per my observation. Because even now also, if anything happened in the rural area, they used to come up with inventions. And they used to clear up even any kind of blockade also. And they used to help each other. That's what I used to observe. So, as a gentleman and all the line department, I think every one of us, we need to get it prepared ourselves and aware. This exercise allows us to test our incident response system, our emergency response plan in controlled environment, helping us identify our strengths, weaknesses, and the need for improvement. Unless we have some sort of exercise, we are not going to assess where is our strength, where is our weaknesses, and by doing repeatedly this exercise, I think we can assess how far we have prepared and in what point we are weak. So based on that, we need to reassess and we need to fill up the gap which we have some weaknesses. By simulating an earthquake across the district, we can better understand the regional vulnerability and resources allocation. You see, Nagaland as a grand state, we don't have much resources. Well, no doubt, resources are there, but we all are having some reserve, so we don't explore what has been given by God. Still, it is there, but so now, presently, frankly speaking, the state of Nagaland is having a resource transit. So on this issue also, I think whatever resource we have, we need to make use of it very optimally. We need to make use of it very wisely. Otherwise, we are not in a position to have a surplus these resources. Then collaborative effort, engagement from all the stakeholders, government agency, NGO, community leader, and citizen is essential. Our involvement ensure that we have a comprehensive approach to disaster preparedness. This collaborative will enhance communication and coordination among various identity, leading to more efficient response in real scenario. Now and then, as I said, every year we used to have this mock exercise. So this is to strengthen our preparedness and not only strengthen but coordinating each other department. So this is the basic things. This exercise serve as an opportunity to educate community about earthquake preparedness, including safety protocol and emergency plan. Increased awareness can lead to better individual and collective responses, ultimately saving life and minimizing damages. In case of any disaster eventuality, if one is educated and informed well, I think it can save a lot. So participation in this exercise will signify our commitment to continuously improve our disaster response capability. Well, after this, we are going to have this mock drill on 24th, and on that same evening, we are going to redefine our strategy and ensure that we are well prepared for any eventuality in future. Therefore, requesting all the district and stakeholders to come prepared for the debriefing also. On 24th, we are going to have a mock drill, and after that, we are going to have a debriefing. So each district, I think you have to come with a well prepared on deadlines. Let this exercise is a catalyst for ongoing discussion and initiative focused on disaster readiness. Together, we can cultivate a culture where preparedness is prioritized and resources are readily available in time of crisis. As our former speakers here are telling that Nagaland, we are in a very sensitive zone, that is zone 5 and highly vulnerable for earthquake. We are in a very distant seismic zone. We know that we heard the Trenchlon earthquake way back in 1897, which was recorded 8.7 Richter scale, and the Trent earthquake in 1950, seismic center was located somewhere 7 kilometers toward north of Mon, where substantial damage of thatch houses were reported. Just imagine, way back in 1950, there was earthquake, and there's a report of damage of thatch houses. If, God forbid, but if such thing happen today in our land, the extent of damages, just imagine what will be the extent of damages in our lands. So every time you may think that why we are having this kind of meeting again and again, but it is not so, because we are re-educating ourselves, rejuvenating our strengths, and educating ourselves how to prepare. As we all are Christian, let us take it this way, that after every 6 days, we used to go to church just to renew our strength in our faith, in our spirit. Likewise, the same thing, the second coming of Christ is not known, not even the Son, but only the Father knows. It's clearly said in the Bible. Likewise, till today, we cannot predict the exact timing of this earthquake. So I think every time we need to renew it, we need to re-educate ourselves, not only educate ourselves, but our surroundings. If these people, whoever are attending here, if you let each other educate the importance of preparedness for this disaster, I think it will spread up, and in time of any eventualities, we can tackle very efficiently, and it will save a lot of things. Keeping in view of that, the state government have already come out a structure that is the state level, that the responsibility officer is our chief secretary, incident commander is a home commissioner. I hope that every one of you have this copy. So I think from time to time we need to go through this book also. We have to follow the procedural things, because unlike those days when we don't have Naga society, when we don't have any written things, everyone used to respond simultaneously. They don't wait this fellow, they don't ask anything, but every one of them, in what capacity they can do something, they used to contribute. But these days, in this modern state, the life is quite different. We used to depend everything on the government, on the system. We used to just hold our hand, then we used to see the command of people. So this thing also, in one way, it is very good, but some drawback are also there. But even in view of all these things, as a nation, what we need to do is every day, every year, or every season, we need to give update. So, as I'm repeating again and again, but we need to get it prepared ourselves, and around ourselves, we need to ask our surrounding, our neighbor, that every one of us, we need to get it prepared well before any eventuality. Thank you.